Sway, pleased to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
So, Still Speeding is record of the week for Zane Lowe, and it's been BBC playlisted.
Yeah.
Happy with the results?
Yeah, I'm over the moon with the results, man. It's the record is totally overachieved in my opinion. I mean, the record. I originally made this record to kind of pick up from where I felt like people had accepted Sway at most, which was on my first album with a record called Up Your Speed. That energy was people. It was an uncompromising Sway. It wasn't about how many major affiliations I could get, because with the second album I worked with quite a lot of huge. I worked with in that time frame. I worked with people like the Kaiser Chiefs. I worked with Lupe Fiasco, Akon, Lamar, and as an independent artist, I didn't have the same level of machinery as them. But the expectations were high because of the affiliations. So even a moderate success would be seen as not good enough for Sway at that moment in time. Whereas with the first album, there was not much pressure because it was just kind of like an independent artist, unsigned, comes out of nowhere, wins a Mobile Award, gets Mercury nominated, and I felt like Up Your Speed was really the peak of people accepting Sway for who Sway is. And that's why I decided to come back with this new campaign by following suit and going from Up Your Speed to Still Speeding, which is the sequel. And for it to it was just a record that I wanted to throw out there for the fans to feel, and just to make an announcement that this is Sway, I'm back in the game, I'm back to play, I'm back to have some fun. And for it to actually end up on daytime radio, I mean, like the third verse is like, I thought I'd get done for intangible lyrics or something, because I was rapping so fast, I was just going so fast in the booth. I thought people are not even gonna understand what I'm saying, but for that to actually land on like a Hugh Stevens show, it's phenomenal, man. The record is already overachieved for what I actually set it out to do.
Yeah, you got a few, people twittering. Obviously, loads of people twittering. Yeah. Lewis Hamilton being one of them.
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton, Nigel Mansell, Jake Humphrey, people from the Formula One world have, acknowledged the record. And the fact that I'd mentioned Lewis and Nigel, and that they actually listened to the record, not only just listened to the record, but liked the record enough to get in contact with me about it. Like every day I get new news about the record that kind of just knocks me off my feet, and it's just a great feeling, because I aspired to this kind of attention on this album, but I didn't know it would come this early in the campaign.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And with the sort of celebrity culture thing, are you, you part of that? Do you like,
Nah, not really, man. Like, I'm just like, I'm not, I rub shoulders with celebrities. I have a lot of celebrity friends. Obviously because of my line of work, people who are often my friends end up being people who are in the entertainment world. But I'm I live a pretty humble life. Like I'm very humbled by being around certain people. It's nothing like the whole celebrity thing. Sometimes it's just a facade. To be honest with you, a lot of people, portray a certain lifestyle that they don't really live. It's the people who you don't really see all the time. They're living the life. The accountants and the lawyers and stuff like that. Because they can go in and out of any bars they want and just have a good time. Without worrying about what people are thinking or saying.
Okay, going back to Lewis Hamilton, I read that you had said that you are the Lewis Hamilton of MCing.
Yeah.
You're really fast at MCing.
Oh, thank you.
Was it like something that's quite natural, or did you have a lot of practice?
Well, two reasons. Like, I came in at the drum and bass era. I have drum and bass roots. My cousin and a close family friend, DJ Ink and Loxley, were part of the Metalheads collective, which was Goldie's collective, and they kind of brought me in. I started MCing, and listening to MCs such as Skibbity and Shabba D. Those are the people that influenced me, and they used to go like proper fast. On top of that, the people that actually really started me rapping were Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now, half of the time you can't even understand what they're saying because they're going so fast. I've grown up now and I've realized that they do make up some words. There's some words that don't exist. But I'm a massive Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. Like, I even wanted to look like Bone Thugs and Harmony. In the early days, I grew my hair and had braids and stuff. This was all inspired by Bone. And just my influences being both fast rappers is naturally what I ended up going into. And I just like to say a lot, and there's not always that much time to say it. So why not just cram it up all together? People can rewind it and just listen to it again.
Okay, I want to take you back to like 2004.
Yeah.
Little Derek.
Yeah.
Very good song.
Mm-hmm.
My favourite. How much have things changed for you since then?
Well, grown up. You know what I mean? I'm not that little anymore. You know what I mean? Like life has gone. You know, I'm happy in life. You know what I mean? Like I've got a great family. I've got a really supportive fan base. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of people around me. Very inspirational people. I've managed to work. You know, my wish list of artists that I've wanted to work with. I've managed to tick off half of the boxes. You know what I mean? And I'm still only on my 3rd album, so I'm pretty happy. You know, the Little Derek time was a great time as well. You know what I mean? And I'm just really proud to see how everybody's progressed since then. Because I remember at the time releasing Little Derek. You know what I mean? Chipmunk was you know, like a close friend of my younger brother. He just started rapping. You know what I mean? And to see him now. You know what I mean? And then, you know, in 2005, I went out to Amsterdam to do something for PSPs, I think they were, PSPs. And there was this little kid, these 2 little kids that came along with us. One was called Ironic, one was called Tiny Temper. And to see like where they've gone in that time. And then the producer of Little Derek, a guy called Al Shucks, who I grew up with, you know, we were in a group together. He ended up producing possibly the biggest hip hop record of this decade, which is Jay-Z, New York with Alicia Keys. It's produced by someone from Shepherd's Bush. So it's like to see all of this stuff happen. Right, it's very inspirational for me, very exciting, and I just can't wait to see what the next 5 years hold out for all of us. Yeah, I mean, so Little Derek was a great beginning, and we've all come a long way from that, and we're all gonna go further.
Because I know Akon came to you in 2008, signed
Yeah.
you to Convict Music.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? What did you think at the time?
The Akon affiliation was great, but and Akon has been like an angel. You know what I mean? He's so supportive. He gives me a lot of great advice. He gives me a lot of tips. He spends a lot of time on, you know, helping me to hone my craft. He introduced me to one of my mentors, Giorgio Twyneford. Giorgio is a producer of he produced for Michael Jackson. He produced for Gwen Stefani, Black Eyed Peas, David Guetta. The list is endless, and to be put in that situation and be amongst that caliber of people has definitely helped me to rise my game up, and that's the best thing I could take from the whole Convict situation. At the end of the day, I think when I originally got together with Convict, the expectations were just risen too much for what I was dealing with, because everything just happened so prematurely. We never had a real structure for how my record was going to be released. A lot of people assumed that the record Silver and Gold that I did with Akon was under Akon's whole supervision, when it wasn't. It was actually a record that I released independently on my own record label. So where it didn't perform, you know, like an Akon record, so whereas it didn't perform like an Akon record, people were looking at me like, you know, how come you didn't make this track go number 1 or top 10, blah, blah, blah. You had Akon on it, but we never had the machine in place. Though we had the affiliations and the names were there, the actual machine to get it out to the right people was premature. We had an incredible distributor, and the fault was more on the side of my own team, nothing to do with the distribution company, because they've gone on to get number 1s and top 10s, and they're great people to work with. But now I feel as though I've got a better machine, not a better machine, I'd say a machine that's right for me and right for now, and I'm excited.
With Deliverance, what upcoming LP? What can we expect from there? What
Well,
direction are we going in?
Well, it's like, one thing about me is like I don't really like to stick in the box. You know what I mean? Like I've got Giorgio Twyneford, he produces on the album. I've got Ed Sheeran on the album. I've got Flux Pavilion on the album. And I mean, already, just those 3 names are from totally different spectrums of the music world. You know what I mean? Whereas Ed Sheeran is more like folk meets pop meets R&B. Yeah, Flux Pavilion is just a crazy scientist. Like, I'm in the studio with Flux Pavilion, and he's not just putting down the bass line. He's talking about the frequencies of each sound. You know what I mean? He's like a mechanic. You know what I mean? And hence his album is called The Scientist. I can vouch for him on that. And you have someone who's just an amazing spirit and a musical genius like Giorgio Twyneford that adds another element to it. You know what I mean? And also, we've got Mr. Hudson on there, but I don't want to start giving too much away, otherwise, you know, You know, there's no element of surprise, but I'm very excited about the album. I think it is my best album to date, and I think it's hopefully gonna help me reach a wider demographic of people, because I don't want to be just considered as a rap artist. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time honing my craft lyrically, and I have something to say, and I hope that there's people who are not always into rap or the urban culture that can take away from the music side, just listen to the lyrics and take it for poetry. You know what I mean? Because that's how I like to see myself, essentially as a poet that does poetry to music as opposed to a rap artist, you know?
Sure. Who do you think at the moment in the current musical climate is pushing the boundaries then?
In terms of pushing the boundaries, man, the Dubstep boys are killing it. You know what I mean? The Dubstep boys have brought in a new energy. You know what I mean? Like, I love everything, like all the rappers in the scene. A lot of them are my friends, and I love what they're doing. They're great guys, and some of them are pushing the boundaries. But the Dubstep, what Dubstep has come and done for the UK industry is amazing, because we're getting at a point where, you know, there was so much commercial success that record labels wanted to just throw in formulas. You know what I mean? Oh, you lot got this artist popping, we're gonna get our own version of that artist. We're gonna throw a singer on the hook, put it out there, add a few simps to see what happens with it. And it started getting all a bit generic until these vagabonds came in, you know what I mean, who have been doing it for a while. Some of them from the folks, some of them from the indie scene, some of them from a drum and bass scene, some from the house scene, where they've come with a similar sound, and they said, you know what, F it, this is not about formulas and that. We're gonna make a bass that is gonna disturb your nan 4 doors down the road, and we're just gonna go for it. And it's uncompromising, and it's just that British spirit that you know was starting to lack in the whole rap pop thing, and it's back, and it's been rebirthed through the dubstep movement. So they're definitely pushing the boundaries for me. I wouldn't consider myself in the dubstep scene, but definitely I have strong affiliations, strong ties with some of the dubstep producers, and I'm very proud of what they've managed to achieve, and I think it's going to be explosive.
So, how would you characterise your own music then? If you had to
characterise my own music by saying I'm very eclectic. Yeah, I mean, I originally got the name Sway for no apparent reason. Sounded good for me. I wanted Swift, couldn't get that. Someone else had it. Yeah, I mean, but it actually has a meaning now, in the sense that, you know, I don't really just sit on one genre. I mean, I've rapped to classical music, I've rapped to Afrobeat, I've rapped to grime, I've rapped to drum and bass, and my album is not going to be some paper mache mix up of loads of different things. It has a through line, but that through line essentially is me. That through line is what I deliver, and that's why the album is called The Deliverance, because it's all about me delivering what I feel like my fans deserve. You know what I mean? So the album, you know, I couldn't sum up Sway in one word or in a group of words. I just say, you know what I mean, like I only do things when they feel right spiritually. You know what I mean? Like if music has a vibe, then I'll jump on that. But
superb.
You know.
And if you had, for somebody that hasn't heard your music, and you had to sort of say 3 tracks to listen to from your past, what would and future, what would you?
3 tracks to listen to. One, Still Speeding, out on the 4th of December. I mean, plug. One, Little Derek, I'd say, because it's her favourite. And there's an intro on my mixtape, my most recent mixtape called the mixtape's called the Delivery 2, and the intro of the Delivery 2 is something that I spent not a lot of time crafting, but when I finished listening to it, I felt really good about it. You know what I mean? And it's called Second Delivery. It's a freestyle called Second Delivery. It's over a classical piece, and it's on my second mixtape, which is available for free download.
Great stuff. And is there anything you'd like to say to Music News watchers?
Directly?
Yeah.
Big up to Music News. Do it again. Big up to Music News. Make sure you get my single, Still Speeding, 4th of December. Man, get that into the top 40 for me, and I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, I'm just good. You know what I mean? I'm excited. And make sure you support that on iTunes, not Usershare or one of these funny websites that give it to you for free, mega upload and all that crap. iTunes or Amazon or 7 Digital or Beatport. Sweet.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, then. Cool, man.